Hey, good morning to you. Happy Friday. That's right. It's time for the Friday chat with Chet and the chat crew. Friday chat with Chet and the chat crew. How about that? I think Marcia from See Me Traveling kind of helped come up with that. And Scott from Controversial Cruising. There's been a lot of great minds involved in the evolution of what the Friday show is called. As you can see, I'm not having to wear dark sunglasses today because my eye is almost 100% healed. Woo! How about that? I'm happy about that. I don't need to wear them old sunglasses. My cheap sunglasses, as Easy would say. All right, so hey, y'all. I just want to remind you, Batman's here this morning, filling in for Chet and the chat crew. Robin could not be here because she has a 4-letter thing we can't say, that J-O-B. Yeah. Right over there in the other office. So here we are in the Sea Lake Journey office. I do have a cow here this morning with us over back there on the at the table, having a glass of wine. Apparently, I think it's a little early for that myself, but whatever. Cows can do what cows do. So Kurt and Marcia didn't make it this morning. I think they were having some internet issues, something going on over there. So hopefully everybody hung in for that half hour between Eddie and me. We started off this morning at Jimmy the Astute Tourist at 6 o'clock over there. Had a great time. And Kenny was there from the Ford Man. And so, yeah, we talked about all kinds of stuff over there. Then at 7:15, we went to Eddie Lugo Studios. No Kurt and Marcia, but here we are, Sea Lake Journeys at 8:30. 9 o'clock, don't forget, it's Go Live Together with Eddie, Scott, Cheryl, and Jeremy. How about that, y'all? Let's say hi to a few people while we're here. Looks like the first one in this morning was the Z-Man with the Z's Gaming and Home Theater channel saying, good morning, Sea Leg. Thank goodness it's Friday. That's right. It is Friday, y'all. We're getting ready for another weekend. Are you ready for another weekend? I mean, I'm looking at this thing here now, and I'm only got like 4 weeks. 4 weeks and a couple of days till our next cruise. And so the diet stalled out. So I'm having to do some extra things today to kick that back in gear. And we got cruising is fun anytime. There's Cheryl right there. Good morning to you, Cheryl. She's coming on behind us at 9 a.m. this morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Sharon Rowland right there saying, good morning, Chet. Good morning to you, Sharon. Sharon's finally got her first video up on her channel. So she is now an official channel. So Sharon, you can hit the hashtag SLJ. Let people find your channel, get to know you and love you like we do here at Sea Lake Journeys. Right on. And Bama Nola Adventures here. Good morning to you, Billy. He says, morning, Chet, and everyone in the chat. Driving, listening, and maybe a little texting. Don't tell anyone about the texting. Don't worry, Bama Nola. We will not tell anybody that you're texting. So everybody out there, if you're listening, Bama is not texting. I'm going to do a Jedi mind trick on you. They're not texting and driving. There you go. Jedi mind trick worked on you. Nobody knows now, Bama. Don't worry about it. And Jennifer from Embarkation Nation coming in saying, hello, everyone. Hey, Jennifer. They're working on some videos, guys, coming up probably, if not Sunday, then in the next following week. Get over there and check out Jennifer. Check out Embarkation Nation. And let me tell you, they got a little teaser up. It's about a minute long. And yeah, Andrew, what is going on over there, brother? I tell you what, they're going to get 1 million views on their stuff right there. I just want to say that you guys are having fun with your cruises, and that fun shows through on your videos. That's what people love to see, and that's what we love to see here at Sea Lake Journeys. Keep it up, y'all. And see, Jennifer says, don't worry, the secret is safe with us, Bama. We're not telling anybody. And Bama says, thanks, Jennifer. Right on. And speaking of Scott's, we got Scott from Controversial Cruising. They had a show last night, him and Jimmy the Astute Tourist, a game show. So we had to go in there and try to guess names and stuff. Denise, wasn't there, so I didn't have anybody to copy off of. I ended up trying to copy off of Jen Cohen. I copied off of her some, copied off of some other people, but I struggled. It was still fun. You can have fun at these games, even if you don't know all the answers, y'all. It's not about knowing all the answers. It's about having fun. Woo! And they had some fun last night over there, y'all. And Z-Man says, good morning, Robin. Z-Man, Robin said, good morning back to you. Yes. And Z's showing you how to do it. Hit the hashtag SLJ. Let my little robot put your link up just like that right there. Woo-hoo! Hey, good morning to you, John. John Gaylor here. He says, you went and bought the cow. Yeah. I think that cow came from Walmart, if I'm not mistaken. He followed us home from Walmart. Just goes to show you, even if you don't like Walmart, they've got something for everybody. Eddie's here in the house saying, yo, 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 Brooklyn Eddie in the house. Yeah, Eddie was talking about breakfast over there this morning, and bagels and toast and all that stuff. All I had this morning was 3 eggs over medium, and I did have myself a little tiny bit of grits, one of those little packets, And a great thing about that, you can't scrape it all out of the bowl. So I think about a third of the packet's still in the bowl. Jennifer says, thank you, Chet. Thank you, Jennifer. Woohoo! Fantastic people right there, y'all. Be sure and check them out. And we got some breaking news coming from Z-Man saying, I'll be doing prime time tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time. 6 p.m. Eastern time, y'all. Right there. Join the Z-Man. Z-Man. Midlife says, good morning, Chet and Robin, and everyone in the chat. Good morning over there, Midlife. Good to see you. Woohoo! Hey, don't forget to check out Midlife Travels. Y'all, if you see something on their channel you like, you say, hey, I want to get on that ship. Guess what? They can help you get on that ship. Just contact Midlife Travels. Team Reese saying, good morning. Good morning right there, Kiki and Ray. I don't know which one's there. Maybe it's both of them. Maybe it's Ray Jr. It could be all three. All right, we're happy to see y'all this morning. Hey, if you notice the thumbnail I had, it's going into Port Canaveral. So I was just going to say, talk a little bit this morning about getting to the port. When you get to how do you get to the port? First of all, do you drive to all of them yourself, or do you have to fly in? I know depending on where you live, that matters a lot. We live right here in Florida, so we can drive to any port in Florida the day of. So we get up early in the morning and drive down to the port, no problems. And now if we were driving my old truck, we'd probably go about 2 days before to make sure we made it. You know what I mean? But her car is okay. So we can go the morning of and get there, and we like doing that. And then the matter comes up of, if you are driving in, where do you park? Do you park at the port, or do you park off-site? Let us know in the chat. Let's talk about that, y'all. Kathy Mills here. Good morning to you, Kathy. Good to see you here on this happy Friday with Chet and the chat crew. You're now part of the chat crew. How about that? Midlife showing you how to do it. Hashtag SLJ. Y'all check them out. And there is C Tripping with Kim and Scott. Good morning to you, Kim and Scott. Woo-hoo! Happy Friday to you. So I got to tell you, we used to, in years past, we always parked off-site. There was a little hotel in Port Canaveral you could see the ships from it. It was that close. And they had a deal there where you park there, and then they load you up in a little van and drive you over and drop you off with your luggage. And then when you get back, they pick you up and bring you back to your car. And it worked great. And it was cheap. It was like $4 a night to park there, and the parking at the cruise terminal back then was like $15 a night. So, man, we were saving like $11 a day. On a 7-day cruise, we're saving $77. So it was absolutely worth it. And they were always dependable getting us to the port, always dependable coming back to get us. But we don't do that no more. Why do you think that is? Let's find out. If anybody else in the chat, oh, wait a minute. They're saying, smash that like button. All right. Our first double squeaky of the day goes to Midlife Travels. Thank you for that, guys. Right on. Yeah, we need some squeakies over here this morning. So anyway, we started just parking back at the port after that C word thing that went on, and cruising was shut down for a while, because I would always check prices. And it turns out that parking at the port now is almost the same price. I mean, we could probably save $1.50 a day, so I'm looking at saving, $10 or $11 over the course of a week. But I'm like, I don't know. To us, it's easier just to park at the port, park there, and bang, we're right there to walk in. We like doing it offsite when we're saving, $75 or more. Yeah, I'm going to take that deal. But save $7 or $8, the convenience of parking at the port outweighs, the $7 to me, or $8. So we have gone back to parking at the port for now until they do something different. And I got wondering, why was the price increase so much? Well, part of that increase, I got looking into it, is now the little hotel or any offsite parking, when their little van drives up, they have to pay to drive in there to drop you off. And of course, they have to take those fees and pass them on to the people parking, right? So that was part of the raising of the fee, was this little charge they're getting just for driving into the port to drop you off. I'm like, what? That seems crazy to me. But, it worked as far as the port's concerned. They're getting more money now from the people coming in from the hotel, and they're getting more people to park at the port. So they're making more money there. They're making more money in both hands, the left hand and the right hand. Those guys know how to do business. Let me tell you what. Bone Tired's here. Right on, Denise. Good to see you this morning. Tell Dwayne hi, too, by the way. We don't forget you, Dwayne. We know you're there. Dwayne, we're going to give Dwayne a double squeaky this morning. How about that? Just because. And Kathy says, have parked off-site several times, but also have done a hotel parking cruise package with a shuttle to the port. Yeah, that's what we used to do too, Kathy, and it always worked out good. In fact, they had a deal years ago. It was so good that if you went over the night before, stayed in the hotel, you could park for free for the whole week. And so I took out the cost of what it was to park. It was only like $40 more to stay, and it was a resort. It had a nice big pool and everything. And I thought, wow, it's kind of cool. You got like an extra day of vacation. Go chill out, at the hotels. Cost you another about $40, but it seemed worth it, because that hotel would normally be like $150 a night back then. So we used to have great deals like that we jumped on. They seem to have dried up. Maybe they're coming back. I haven't checked for our next cruises coming up. For our next 2 cruises, we're planning on just parking at the port, because we never did find a place in Miami, honestly, and that's where we'll be for the group cruise. We did have places definitely in Port Canaveral where we went out the most. Hey, It's a Cruise Life right here. Morning, guys. Sorry I'm late. Pete, good morning to you. Actually, it's lunchtime over there, Pete. What you having for lunch? We know that Eddie was having breakfast this morning, and he wasn't having a bagel. He's holding off on that bagel. I used to love onion bagels, and I mentioned that. I could put an onion bagel, cut it in half, put it in the toaster, break it out, slap some butter on there, and oh man. But they got to be, for since I've aged, I guess you could say, the calories stick to me more than they did when I was young. I'm just not burning enough calories. Metabolism slowed down, activity slowed down. So the bagels are out. And the only bread I have right now, I have keto bread in there. And they're little tiny slices, like 50 calories each. So I'll eat 1 or 2 of those a day if I feel like my body thinks, oh, you got to have a carb. Okay, here, I'm going to trick you a little bit. Here's a keto slice of bread. So that's the only thing I've got right now as far as bread wise, trying to drop this weight again. And I was doing really good. And then I hit a stalling point. So you gotta break through those stalling points, y'all. If you're doing the cruise diet like we are here at Sea Lake Journeys, you're going to hit sticking points. You just got to bear with them and get through them. Don't go, oh, well, I give up. Slap me a waffle and a tub of ice cream over here, Ma. It's easy to do that, but we got to persevere. We got to stick through. Robin, she hit like a wall like a couple of days ago, and then all of a sudden now I saw her weight. She wrote on the calendar this morning. We always write it in every day, and I'm like, what? Man, she got to quit losing weight now, because any more weight now, she's going to blow away in the wind. She's going to blow away. Z-Man says, I have old school peanut butter and jelly for lunch. Let me tell you what, Z-Man, I love me some guava jelly and a slice of bread with some. I got the natural peanut butter, put on there, and some guava jelly. Of course, I'm not doing that right now on the diet, but man, there's nothing better than peanut butter and guava jelly sandwich. Yeah, Denise says, I hate the plateau. I do too. And you gotta shake it up a little bit. You gotta do something a little different. And so I use a couple different techniques. One of them, I say, okay, I'll have one cheat meal because that'll trick my body into thinking, okay, it's getting a lot of calories again. And then the next day, I go back down to the low calories again. So yesterday I went to Wendy's because she likes to have a baked potato from Wendy's because gluten-free, there ain't much she can get out there. So I went and got her baked potato. And while I was there, I ordered me a Wendy's single. And I got a sugar-free root beer. And by the way, the sugar-free root beer at Wendy's, I've never had it before until yesterday. It was good. It was really good root beer. I was like, wow, it had a really great, strong licorice taste. So I would recommend that if you like sugar-free root beer. And so the single I got, when I reached in the bag to get it out, I was like, wow, that's a really heavy single. Well, the girl gave me a double. And I tell my wife, this used to happen to me all the time when I was younger. I'd go in and I'd order, one chicken breast, right? And they'd always give me two. I'd order one this, and they'd always give me two. They always give me double. I think these ladies like to try to fatten me up. I used to laugh about it, and she always said it was true. Them women want to fatten you up. I says, I know. Why? Why are they trying to fatten me up? But so I couldn't eat the whole thing. I ate almost all of it though, and I ate too much. So my weight kind of went up about 3/10 this morning, which I expected. But now I've had that, and so I'm not really hungry today. So I ate my 3 eggs and a little tiny bit of grits, and I probably won't eat again until 4 o'clock this afternoon, and that'll be our supper. And that's my plan anyway. It's a cruise life. BLT sandwich, Greek yogurt, and blueberries for lunch, washed down with a coffee. Oh, man, I love blueberries. She used to love BLTs. She can't have the bread no more, of course, but the lettuce and tomato and the bacon, you can't go wrong with bacon or lettuce or tomatoes. That's a great lunch right there, Pete. Thanks for sharing with us, buddy. John says, in Baltimore, we park free at a motel and get free shuttle service to the port, as well as free shuttle from the port back to the motel. A room rate was about $35 more than the rack rate. Right there, John. Double squeaky for John. That's exactly the deal we used to have too right down here. I was thinking it was like $40, so $35, $40. That's a great deal, ain't it? You just pay that little extra. You get an extra day of vacation. You got the parking. You got the transport to the ship and back. That's a great deal right there. Right now, the deals just ain't. Well, I say right now. The last I checked them last year, the deals weren't happening down here at the one I used to go get at Port Canaveral. So I'm waiting to see if they're going to come back. And hey, there's Jimmy, the astute tourist. Right on, Jimmy. Good morning to you. Right there, y'all. A squeaky for you, buddy. And Jimmy says, are there hotels in Miami that will shuttle you to the cruise port if you stay in them? I never found one. I never found it, Jimmy. We got to where we didn't like Miami. We didn't want to cruise out of there. We went down there years ago on a cruise, and we found an off-site parking place, cheap, supposed to have a shuttle, take us to the port and all that. We thought, well, let's give that a try. Well, we got down there that morning, and they had it blocked off, and we was like, okay, hey, yeah, we're just here to park. And the guy was extremely rude to us, basically gave us I'll open when I'm blankety blank ready. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, dude, chill. If we're too early, we'll sit here and wait. And there was a line of cars waiting to get in behind us. Well, about that time, another guy come walking down, and he had a box full of keys, and him and this other guy started getting into some kind of argument. I don't even know what it was about. But the guy walked up to the second floor up there and just threw all the keys out of the box over the side of the building and into the street. And I said, well, I guess you know what we're fixing to do. And Robin from Sea Lake Journey said, yeah, we are going to turn our happy heinies around. And we drove out there and drove to the port and parked. So that was our parking offsite experience in Miami. And we found the cruise terminal back then wasn't much better. A lot of rude people. It was not good times. Now that has changed, apparently. We haven't done any offsite parking in Miami. We go down there, we park at the port. But when we go to the terminal now, everything is much more pleasant and happy. It's a great port. to sail out of, probably the most beautiful port to sail out of from a cruise ship, I would say. So, but as far as offsite parking, I'm not going to recommend it. I'm going to tell you, park at the port. If somebody else has a recommendation, that's okay. They can have that and tell you that, and maybe it's gotten better. Maybe they found the right place, because the place we found was not the right place. That's all I got to say about that. Ohio Travel with Chris. Good morning to you. Happy Friday morning here from Sea Leg Journey Studio in Florida. There's See Me Traveling. Good morning, Chet. Agree, ladies want to fatten me up. Yeah. Streaming you on my phone now, and couldn't even do that earlier this morning with overnight storms. So the storms is what got you out. We was wondering what happened, Kurt. We'd heard, the internet went out. John Gaylor kind of, passed a message on to us this morning, that she's going to be out because of that. So the storm did it. We had high winds here yesterday, but and we had a little bit of rain. We didn't have as much rain as I'd hoped we'd get, but we had a lot of winds blowing around, but it wasn't even as much as a thunderstorm here for us. So you must have got the brunt of it. You must have absorbed all the bad stuff, and it was pretty mellowed out by the time it got to us. Oh, excuse me. Hey, what we got here? John says, with Miami, you can get free transportation in Miami with city transportation. Nice trolley system. Yeah, they got a good trolley system. You just got to have a place to park. When we went down to see Pete and Lisa, we had a hard time finding a place to park. We drove around until we finally got into the little public place where you go and you use your phone to text the numbers and pay for it over your phone. That worked out good. But we went to a parking garage down the road, and when we pulled in there, we was like, nope, no way we're parking here. We're going to come back, and the car was going to be on blocks or something. That's just the way it seemed. Tripping with Kim and Scott said, we stayed at the Town Place Suites near the airport in Miami. They have a pay shuttle to the port and a free shuttle from the airport. Well, there you go. So there might be a tip for somebody who's looking for a place there in Miami. Sounds like Kim and Scott there had a good experience with that. So that's the kind of tips we need, because we don't know. We didn't want to chance it again. We're waiting for somebody else to tell us the answers to that one. It's great when you don't have the answers, but you're in a cruise community. Somebody is going to have an answer. You're going to have people who have had different experience. And, we was talking about that the other day. Your experience may not be what our experience was. And our experience ain't going to be what yours was. Sometimes you got to check it out. And our bad experience down there was, years ago. It was so bad that we didn't go to Miami for years. We didn't go back. Destination Fun says, hello, friends. Good morning to you, Captain Sherry. Don't let Captain Billy know I said that. Ooh, we'll keep that a secret right along with Bama Nola not texting and driving. Jimmy says, we'll be flying in the day before. I hope we can find a hotel that offers transportation to the cruise port. Okay, there you go. Check it right there, Jimmy. Right back up here too. Right there. There you go. There's one tip for you from Sea Tripping with Kim and Scott. Okay. So yeah, we need some help with that answer, because we don't know. Sea Tripping says, we still ended up taking an Uber to the port. It was about $30 and a 15-minute drive. Well, that's not too terrible. That's not too terrible at all. I'm sure a taxi would have been $100. So yeah, you did good there. And John's got a link up here for you there you go. If you want to check out this the trolley thing down there in Miami, John has the link for you right there in the chat. Thanks for that, John. I tell you what, that's an on top of the game moderator right there. Okay, let's see who am I missing here. I want to make sure I ain't missing nobody. Jimmy says thanks. He's going to look them up right there. See me yelling, how bad was it? It was really bad. It was really bad, Kurt. We didn't go back for years. But the last couple of times we've been to Miami, we went down there for Virgin Voyages. That was one of them. Parked at the port down there, got on. It was fantastic. It was a great experience. Great experience. So, but we did park at the port down there. I'll just say that. That's all I got to say. George C. coming in saying, good morning. Good morning, George C. You know, I don't know if I've seen you in here before, George. If I have, I apologize, but I like your Captain Kirk cat right there. And so since your first time here, we want to give you a big sea leg journey welcome with this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. Very much. Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, so that's how we do it here at Sea Leg Journeys. If you haven't subscribed already, George, come on, be a subscriber. It's free today, free. And also, right here, Sea Trippin says, Astute Tourist, they also have a park and cruise package. That's the thing you might want to look into there, Jimmy, since you're flying in anyway. You're flying in anyway. Fly, get you to a hotel, get you to the port. There you go. We like the way information is spread here through everybody coming in can give some input. We appreciate you guys' input. We don't have all the answers, and we like it when people contribute. So thank you for that, C. Tripp and Kim and Scott. Thanks for that, John Gaylor, and everybody who puts in. We appreciate it. You know, there is one other alternative just came up. If you're flying into Orlando, they got the train now that can take you, if you're on Princess, especially, other cruise lines too. But Princess comes out with a package where they included part of your cruise to get you from Orlando down to either Fort Lauderdale or to Port Canaveral. I think that's a great deal. I think that's awesome for a lot of people coming out of state that want to get to one of those two ports on Princess. They got a package already set up. You don't have to go book your own cruise and then go find out about the train and book that separately. You know, they do it all for you. It's great. In fact, Princess also booked your hotel for you and everything else. So we had a great experience through Princess with Alaska, letting them handle that. They did a fantastic job. If you need a cruise agent, though, to handle these things, we have some channels here. Their links are in our, whatever this is below, right? We got 3 channels here that can help you. Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel. He is doing our group cruise on the Norwegian Breakaway. Fantastic job. He can book your hotels. He can book your transportation, your flights, your cruises, everything. Also, we have Embarkation Nation, Jennifer and Andrew, and we got Midlife Travels, Sherry and Chris. So check with these people. They can help you get what you need to get to the cruise port. How about that, y'all? Woo! Yeah, it's called the Bright Line. That's right, Ohio Travels. It's called the Bright Line. Thank you for that. That name would not have come to me until 11 o'clock tonight. I'd have woke up on the couch and went, Bright Line! So thanks for saving me all that time. We want to try the Bright Line. I'm kind of curious about it too, Kim and Scott, even though it would be totally unnecessary for us. You know, I'm considering one day just driving there, parking in Orlando, driving it down and get on the port anyway. It looks like a really neat thing. It really does. Well, guys, my time is running out. 9 o'clock behind me is coming up. Go live together with Cheryl, Jeremy, Eddie, and Scott. And don't forget, later on this afternoon, we have the Raid Parade starting at 2 o'clock. We've got a video in there along with some other fantastic, wonderful, far-out channels. It's not all cruising. You may see somebody cooking. You may see somebody flying. You may see somebody riding Godzilla through Cozumel. There's no telling what you're going to see on the Raid Parade. So come on with us this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Woo! And it's going to be a great show. And then Sunday night live at 6 o'clock. Come on and join us. Robin will be here with Batman. That's right. And she'll be here with me. And we're going to talk about something about cruising. And we always appreciate your input when you come in, guys. And we look forward to it. Bye, Denise. See you next time. And so, once again, we thank you. And until next time, we'll see you around the channel.